I saw a lot of people questioning what's going on behind the actual scenes, not necessarily behind Secret, but behind her husband, the title swindler. So people are questioning what is it that is actually happening in their lives that's making her make these announcements. Because whenever you see a couple of pictures and stuff like that, if you do pay attention and look closely, you will indeed realize that a storm is brewing, or rather, a storm has already occurred in their entire situation, their family, and stuff like that. So I was really glad to see people asking questions and waking up. But anyway, it seems like she decided to give an exclusive interview where she was addressing the behind the scenes of her brand. And this is what she had to say. She said, "People assume my fans on stage are blowing just for the drama and choreography, but the heat under those lights gets real. I need products strong enough to keep my style while keeping it weightless enough to take flight. It's taken years with lots of trial and error to find the best formulas. We have put each one of these to the test, and I use it on my daughters before everything. Blow dry, soak press, braid out, and it is actually being reported that they will be expanding from haircare to styling with a new 7 piece collection, which will be launching Thursday on Secret.com before rolling out with Outer Beauty next month. And so it does seem like she's finally she's decided to talk, and as usual she prefers to talk behind the scenes and have people quote her, like, she doesn't like the sit down interviews. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys. Do you think that genuinely this is just a business expansion, or do you think that this is her distracting us from something happening behind the scenes? Or do you think that this is just another PR test to see how people receive her after, of course, the files happened? Now, that being said, let us talk about another hair care line. At Volvo BBL's hair care line, I believe it is called Good Grow or Grow Good, something of that sort. Today, she also decided to announce and show the people what's coming in as far as a hair care line is concerned. And the branding, the packaging, it's pretty much basic, if I'm to be honest. But I do believe that this is meant to be a budget product. I'm not sure, but this is what it is giving. That being said, people are also pointing out the fact that is it a coincidence that these two brands are bringing out more information on their hair care lines on the same day? They're all doing hair, or is this like a feud that we do not know anything about? I mean, because what are the odds that as soon as Beyonce announces and talks more about her brand behind the scenes, Grow Good comes in, talking about what's behind the scenes in as far as their own hair care line is concerned? Is it a coincidence, or do you think that, again, Advovo BBL is looking for some form of attachment? Because chances are, of course, people are going to start discussing which one performs better, and like we're doing right now, okay, was it a coincidence and all of these things? So, do you think that this is a coincidence, or this is her move again of trying to position herself as a Beyonce competitor? Let me know in the comment section. Now, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Still talking about the Catters, there is a new announcement that is coming through in as far as the title swindler is concerned. Now, it is being reported that he will be performing with the Roots as the headliner for the Roots picnic. And of course, people have got a lot of things to say. That's going to be on May 30th. And I personally do feel like this is just him trying to see where he stands with the people. In my own opinion, he's trying to see how the internet is going to react to this. I mean, if you guys are out there not demanding for accountability or answers, obviously they're going to think that we still have the people under control and I can get away with anything and people will not bat an eye. If, of course, not for the actual crimes of the e-files, the fact that it was mentioned in a manner which alleged that, he's out there buying allegedly, the power to protest from black people. And none of your favorite, actual journalists and media personalities out there even dared to question anything, about that accusation. So if he realizes that he can get away with that, well, that's it for him. Then he continues to be who he has always been. Now, I did see other people also saying that maybe Beyonce is no longer interested in being, the cash cow of the family, in as far as, performing and getting in the money, whilst Brother Billionaire is out there playing mogul and she's out there working on the road. Maybe she told him that, you have to go and get the money somehow. I mean, if my mama is out there making some gamble and selling it and getting trolled on TikTok, you're not above the program. Go and perform and get some coin. That's the logic of other people. But I'm not saying this is what happened. But let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about everything with this family. Now, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Teyana Taylor. Now, there's a video that is circulating online from the Oscars night where Teyana Taylor seemed to be in an altercation with a gentleman who has now been revealed to be somebody from security. And when I tell you she cussed that man's behind, I am not playing with you. Like, she literally cussed him out, and it seems like he had shoved her allegedly, and she was not having it. And even her mom was just standing there also, watching everything play out, and you could tell that she had a back and she was not backing down. She called the man out to the extent that even the Oscars Oscars had to release an apology for the happenings of that night. But before the Oscar released that apology, I did see quite interesting discourse around that altercation and around that behavior. With some people feeling like Teyana is now doing too much. People feel like she recently has begun to move in such a way that's like, okay, that is not you. But is it just me, or has Tiana always been a little bit, outspoken and stuff like that? I mean, you guys think that in that movie, in that Biden, you think that was just she was just in character? Is that how she is in person in real life? For some reason, this is not shocking me at all. I've always thought like this might be her personality. I've never remembered her to be one reserved person or timid person. She never gave me those vibes. But people really do feel like, she's doing too much and she has changed because of the newfound Hollywood recognition. Let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Are you like me saying she's always been like this? That being said, another incident from the Oscars night that had people looking at her some way is when another person won the awards that in the category that she was also nominated in. And she did a little, celebration that had people feeling like this is very much giving performative. You're doing too much. Now, I could see why people would have said that that was a little bit too much in as far as the presentation is concerned. But for the altercation outside, I don't know. I'm not against if that man disrespected her. I'm not against her calling out the people. Even for the reaction to, the announcement of the winner. I mean, she wasn't hurting anyone. But do I think that lately she's been all over the place and she's been feeling herself because of, the recognition that she's finally getting? Yeah, she has been feeling herself, but she's been feeling herself in a way that is true to who she is. In a loud way, like not in a bad way, but like, she's been authentically herself. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about the narrative that she is being weird recently. But yeah, let's move on to the apology part because the Academy actually gave out an apology, and this is what they had to say. So this is what they said. They said, we were extremely upset to learn about the experience endured by Teyana Taylor at the end of the Oscar ceremony last night. We have worked with Teyana over the last several months during award season, and she has been nothing short of remarkable, supportive, kind, and all about community. Though the incident was with our outside security firm, SIS, the experience of every single guest is our responsibility. We have made it clear to them that this behavior is not acceptable. We want to thank Tiana for showing remarkable grace, and we are taking the appropriate measures to ensure this doesn't happen again. So it seems even the academy does know that she was wronged, because if that wasn't the case, trust me, they wouldn't have issued this apology. And she also responded to that and said, "Thank you to the academy. I really appreciate your unwavering love and and support." So at least they took accountability and they gave her the basic human respect that she deserves, because nobody has the right to shove hands or put hands on a female. I saw people laughing at her usage of the word female, basically saying that, well, it was sympathy signaling, that each time someone refers to themselves as female, it means that they want sympathy. What do you think about that? Now let's move on to the last part of this video. Let us talk about fraudulent nation. There are allegations. Well, I wish I would say that these are new whispers and stuff like that, but this isn't anything new. We've heard about this from several people, some of which you guys like to call crazy. But Van Lathan is out there talking about how, the entire Kaepernick situation was handled, and how some, negative tea was being planted in the media to paint him villain, only for Brother Billionaire to take over and act like the black person in charge and just basically put people in check so that no one would go ahead with any form of protest or any form of boycotting. Let me insert what Van Lathan had to say, and then I'll catch you guys after that.
But I know for sure, that Rock Nation was seeding negative stories about Colin Kaepernick during the time that he was really in traction with Jay-Z. For sure. I've told this story before, I'll tell it again. This is another story where I give Harvey a ton of credit, right? So I'm at my desk one time. This is after the Rock Nation NFL deal has been announced. And give Harvey more credit than just with how he played this. I'll give him credit for the fact that he goes, "Hey, I just got this information on the phone. I know who was on the other end of the phone. I know who Harvey's Rock Nation contact is, right? I just got this information on the phone. And all of these things about Colin Kaepernick is what I just got told, right?" He comes over to me and he tells me all of these things. And it was the whole Colin Kaepernick doesn't really want to play narrative. Like Colin Kaepernick didn't go to this training, or he sabotaged himself this way or whatever.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. There you heard that. Now, I personally don't have much to say because I've heard this story before, and we have seen it playing out for several artists that they go against your favorite brother billionaire, who I like to call the title swindler. But that being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified each and every time that I post. I post it every single day and I keep you updated on what's happening in the celebrity world, on the internet, and about all things trending. Until my next one, see you.